convinced that we will destroy, unfortunately, a lot of employment. Just think of self-guided cars and all the drivers losing their jobs. Let's look at the bank employees and so on.
If you're left behind, you're facing something far worse, which is to be completely irrelevant. They won't even need you as a serf or as a slave.
The faster the Fed goes and the more damage they do, probably the faster we wind up having to lower rates when they realize the mistakes they've made. Unfortunately, they're going to cost millions of people their jobs globally, and there's really hurting global trade. And obviously, you see the situation in the UK. People are beginning to talk about Japan, their defense of the yen, and can they do that? I mean, they're putting unprecedented stress on the world. And you know, Powell was unbelievably late doing this. He sat still while the meme stock craze was going on, and I heard about 80% of the ICOs in the crypto world have gone bankrupt, and the Fed was quiet. And now, you know, people got employed. We should be proud of a 3.5% unemployment rate, but they're hell-bent on putting people out of work. And they're already going to lose their jobs because of what they've done already.
Why do you feel that way?
You know, it's rolling over. So the housing market, construction workers, construction projects, the auto workers, there won't be less demand for cars. You know, I think the Fed is looking in a rearview mirror. You're looking at a lot of information that's old. You just look at what CEOs are reporting and look at what you'll hear in the third quarter earnings reports. You'll hear probably decent earnings in the quarter, but then I think the outlooks will change, the guidance will change, because people are so uncertain, and the currencies are creating quite a bit of volatility. And the interest rate environment means that the project you were gonna do, you might wait for more clarity. Waiting is a recession. And I think, you know, again, I think the question is, how fast will rates have to fall to fix the damage? And if he does too much too soon, he could make it this really bad. And I think you hear that, but I don't know. I mean, it's not our job to be equity market, you know, forecasters, but, you know, I am personally looking for opportunities that I think represent incredibly compelling long-term investments, and I think you're beginning to see them. That did things like look at the quality of the company or the quality of the management. And so you thought the healthy fish would survive and the sick fish would die, but the Fed is draining the entire pond. So everyone's going to die. And so it's going to happen over time. You'll hear about explosion here, an explosion there, an explosion here, an explosion there, and you're literally stepping into a minefield. And the Fed, you know, what people don't realize is the Fed has frozen the banking system, not just in the U.S., but globally. So liquidity is drying up in the banks, and then the shadow banks can feast on that, but they're also nervous. So without liquidity in the system, you know, not only are they raising rates, but they're obviously selling bonds at the same time. It's the fastest rise in rates in history. I think I just get angry at people who said the Fed needs credibility to fight inflation. Wait, you'll get what you want. You'll get this recession. It's definitely coming. It's already here, the 2 quarters negative already, but you will see. Look what's happening. Look at Nike. Look at AMD. Look at Target. Look at FedEx. I mean, this isn't your normal market. This isn't like things are running away. Investors, the pension plans here, they're all facing lower, you know, they've lost a lot of money in the stock market and the bond market. So they're not rich as they were. They'll still have contributions, but the real money now is shifted to the Middle East and to some other sovereigns like the new Japanese sovereign.
No.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, we know we only get half the truth when we listen to these billionaires, fund managers. We know why the Fed printed all this money, because they wanted to build the 4th Industrial Revolution. But before they can build it, they have to destroy this legacy market. So what are they doing? They're shrinking liquidity, and they know everything's going to fall by the wayside, so then therefore they're the last resort. Then they can bring in the robots, algorithms, and drones. And we know these stable coins are going to allow them to inject liquidity in real time. Everything is on blockchain, and it's going to give them the all-seeing eye. And then we have MasterCard and Paxos partner. And what does he say? Giving the sheep the peace of mind, because that's exactly how the sheep think. If it's a big institution, I can trust them. But we know they're going to be able to bring in KYC, that digital ID. getting rid of the whole purpose of cryptocurrencies, peer-to-peer transactions, and privacy. Now the banks become the middleman like they have it now. But guys, we know the banks are the biggest what? I'm going to let you finish that. Because we know when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
It's all about bringing transaction services to lots and lots of people. It's about access. It's about security. It's about peace of mind as consumers use their transaction services. And over the past couple of years, we've actually brought some of these services to the crypto space as well. Introduced crypto cards whereby people can use their card to spend their crypto assets, use their cards to actually buy crypto services or buy crypto assets, buy NFTs with their cards, etc. And so we've started to actually bridge the world of crypto and the world of fiat currency over the past couple of years. And quite a few consumers have taken advantage of this. But what we've also discovered in our 2022 payment index survey is that there's a lot of consumers out there that are really interested in this, interested in and intrigued by crypto, but would feel a lot more confident if those services were offered by their financial institutions. Actually, about 60% of the consumers says, gee, if my financial institution would offer me the ability to buy crypto assets, to buy NFTs, I would much rather do that because it's a little scary to some people still. And therefore, we're seeing lots and lots of financial institutions that are looking to actually say, oh, how can I serve these consumers? How can I make sure they come to me? They don't have to go to somebody else. And we thought, well, that's actually a great place to offer services to those financial institutions so they can service their consumers. With a licensed and regulated custody provider, Paxos, and more will follow, in order to package a service with obviously the crypto custody for the buy, sell, hold, but wrap in there also the MasterCard security services like CipherTrace, which provides transaction verification, transaction monitoring, like Ekata, which provides identity monitoring. Offer also our bridge to fiat and crypto with crypto cards, with cash out through Send, with the ability to wrap in loyalty, so that those financial institutions can truly offer again, licensed and regulated service to their consumers with the fiat crypto bridge in a very comprehensive, secure, peace of mind access to those consumers.
Give a type of money that can only be spent for a specific number of reasons. And some worry about that state control or whatever, but like in this particular narrow use case, you want to give checks to individuals to get the economy moving again. Yeah. So if you think of programmable money that expires if you don't spend it.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. Long COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.